All right, well, let's get moving here. We can control what we can control this morning. So this morning we're going to do 4 little 5-minute circuits. So 4 5-minute, as many rounds as possible circuits. While I'm talking here, you can go ahead and roll out. So 8 reps of everything. We're just going to be counting to 8 a lot in your head. The first one is a squat jump and a kettlebell pull through. Squat jumps can turn into goblet squats very easily if leaving the ground is not your jam right now. So the kettlebell pull through is, you're in that plank position, so you're in the push-up position. You're gonna reach across, grab the weight. So you're in this push-up position, you'll reach the outside one hand, pull it across, put that hand back on the ground, then you're dragging the weight back through. You can drag it or pick it up, your choice. So that's kind of just spending time in that plank position, switching your base of support and trying to keep your hips level as you do that. Lateral lunge, stepping out to the side. You can choose to alternate those or do all 8 to one side, then all 8 to the other. This is in the next group of things. We're going to do each of these pairs for 5 minutes. You just alternate between the 2 for 5 minutes. And then we'll take a minute break in between and move on to the next one. Lateral lunge plus a floor press. Floor press, you're lying on your back, pressing the weight up to the ceiling like a bench press. The next pair is jumping jacks and kettlebell or dumbbell cleans. Remember, that's the one where you're on the floor. You tap to the floor and pop it up. So you're holding on to the weight, like in that goblet hold position. If you're not comfortable switching your hands or flipping your hands, just make it a high pull. So you're here pulling weight up. Right, we're counting 8 of those. If you have a dumbbell, you'll hold the dumbbell by one end. And so the handle is vertical, so you can work with it in that way. And the last one, this must be an autocorrect thing. I always type glute bridge. Glute bridge plus a plank row. So that's gonna be a single leg glute bridge. So you push your hips up with one heel, pressing your hips up towards the ceiling, and then switch to the other side. Then we'll roll right over into a plank row. So you're doing your row from the push-up position, from the top of the push-up position. Okay, so let's wrap up our rolling here. Keep it around because we will use it. All right, let's spend 30 seconds here and wrap up. Whatever you need. I'm going to do the express 30-second rollout. You get a chance to go back and do a recorded workout. Yesterday's was a pretty good one. Celebrating number 100. We did 100 goblet squats, 100 push-ups, 100 one-arm rows, and 100 swings. So that was a boatload of fun. All right, so we're gonna lay down on the roller. So you put your tailbone at one end of the roller, let it go right along your spine, and you'll rest your head on the other end. If you don't have a roller, that's okay. You can do all of this on the floor. And we're just gonna open up here, keeping your low back in contact, but not pressing into the roller, right? So we wanna keep your belly strong, ribs will stay down, so you're not arching your back up as you do this. And then we're just gonna go through a floor slide here. Your arms may drop a little bit lower than usual. If you're on the roller, that's okay. We're just looking for that stretch. Trying to keep your forearms parallel to the ground. So we don't want your hands higher than your elbows here. And then we'll turn that floor slide into a snow angel. So you'll freeze your bottom half, and we just go through that snow angel, like you're making a snow angel, reaching out as far as you can. And good. So we're just kind of stretching, opening up the chest here a little bit. And let's fall off to one side of the roller. You're gonna bring your knee into your chest, pressing your heel down into the floor, lifting up. We'll do 10 of these glute bridges. Making sure that you're not arching your back. So we're using all hip movement here. Once you get 10 on one side, we'll switch to the other. The leg that's in close to your chest, you're going to keep it nice and close to you. And good. Let's go straight legs, showing the bottom of your feet up towards the ceiling. If you need to hold one, you can hold one, but we're just going to drop a heel down towards the floor. And we'll alternate those. Let's go for about 20 seconds. You can go at your speed. So we do want to alternate these. The leg that's in the air should stay frozen while the other leg drops down. Five more seconds. And relax. Okay. That was a mix between rest and relax there, by the way, if you didn't catch that. All right, so let's roll over to a push-up position. We're gonna push your heels up, or hips up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna rock forward way out over your hands. So we push way your shoulders out in front of your hands. Rock back, push your hips up towards the ceiling. Reaching forward, rock back and hips up. So as you rock forward, you're getting a wrist stretch. You're tucking your toes under, getting a stretch on your big toe. Then as you push your hips up, you're dropping your heels down for a calf and a hamstring stretch. And we're getting a good core warm up here too. And on that last one, let's go ahead and bring your leg up and through for a pigeon stretch. And let's push back into the push-up position, hips up towards the sky for a downward dog. And we'll bring the other leg through. Sit on that stretch for about a breath, a full breath. And we'll push back again, hips up. Coming through one more time with the other leg. And the last time, pushing those hips up towards the ceiling. And bring your second leg through for the final time. All right, good. Let's come up to half kneeling. Tucking that tailbone under, getting nice and tall from your knee that's down all the way to the top of your head. So just a simple hip flexor stretch here. Let's switch sides. Shouldn't have to reach or step too far forward into this, so we're not extending our low back or anything. Just keeping that tailbone tucked and getting tall. And good. From there, let's go ahead and stand up. And we'll finish off with a two-way lunge. We're going to do 5 of each. So we step forward with one leg, step out with that same leg. We're going to do 5 of each lunge, and then we'll switch feet. Okay. And we're ready to rock. Okay, so the first pair, all we need to worry about right now are 2 exercises. The first pair is a squat jump and the kettlebell pull through. All right, so again, you're in that push-up position, reaching over, grab the weight, pull it over, and then we switch. Okay, that's the pull through. As you're doing that, try to keep your hips level. All right, squat jump is just a jump. So we'll get going in about 10 seconds with that. So have your weight handy. The squat jump is just going to be body weight. Get started in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 5 minutes, as many rounds as possible. You're doing 8 reps of everything. A little over a minute in. Remember, those squat jumps can turn into just a goblet squat or a bodyweight squat if needed. Okay, we're at 2.5 minutes, so that's halfway through. We're not going to come back to this pair today, so don't worry about having to come back and revisit it. Minute and a half left. Last minute. Making sure if you're on the pull through, hips are staying level. Try to keep your hands underneath your shoulders rather than out in front of you. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, we'll take 1 minute off here. Next one, lateral lunge plus the floor press. So our lateral lunge, step out to the side. Trying to get to that 90 degrees at the back of your knee, and we come back together. I'll probably do all of them to one side, then all of them to the other, just for space. But you can alternate by stepping out to one side and stepping out to the other, however you choose to do it. We got 8 reps each side. Then we'll roll over, laying down on your back, pressing that weight up towards the ceiling for a floor press, 8 each side. So this one, you may not get as many rounds in. It's okay, but we're, because we've got to do, each exercise has both sides. All right, we'll get started in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Lateral lunge with the floor press. You can hold the weight low or high, depending on what works for you. You can do the floor press. I would recommend at least one knee bent. So I bend the knee on the side that's working, kind of like the beginning of a Turkish get-up. You can also bend both knees and just have them in. But we want at least one knee bent with this. Just over 2 minutes gone, about 3:45 left. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Last minute. Twenty seconds to go. Five, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll take a minute break. Okay, jumping jacks, kettlebell cleans. Pretty self-explanatory there, but the jumping jacks are going to go quick. So we've got 8 of them, which means you have plenty of time to do the cleans. Make sure the clean isn't just an arm exercise. I think a lot of times people will pull from the floor or from down low fairly slowly. So by the time you get here, you have no momentum and you have to use your arms to bring it up. You should be pulling from the floor with some speed so that by the time you get to your waistband, the weight has enough speed and all you're doing is flipping your grip. You shouldn't be lifting through that. All right, we're gonna get started in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5 minutes. Here we go. 8 reps of everything. You can figure out with the clean, you can figure out which way is better for you, whether it's being more of a squat, where you squat down and have your chest up, or if it's better for you to hinge with straighter legs and do more of a deadlift as the weight comes up. Everybody's going to be somewhere in between there, mix of the two. You figure out what works best for you. 2 minutes down, 3 to go. Remember on the clean, if you're not flipping your grip, we're just going to turn it into a high pull. So as you pull up, your elbows should be slightly higher than your hands. Just past the halfway mark. Minute and a half to go. Last minute. Twenty seconds left. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. 1 minute break. Okay, getting into the glute bridge. If you want a little bit more out of the glute bridge, you can try like using a weight or putting something on your hip as you push. So if I was using this kettlebell, we're just doing 8 reps. So, you know, if I was pushing with this heel, I might put the kettlebell here on my hip. As long as you can keep good form and full range of motion, you should be good with that. I'm probably going to do mine unweighted just for ease of doing them. And then the plank row, you might want to elevate your hand. So I'll put my hand on the yoga block on one side so that I have a little bit more room to row on the other. All right. So that'll be for that push-up position. All right, let's get started in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and off we go. 5 minutes, 8 glute bridges each side, 8 plank rows each side. Just kind of rolling around on the floor for this one. Remember, the glute bridge is not about how high you press your hips. It's about keeping your hips, your pelvis level as you extend your hip. It's not about getting your belly button up towards the ceiling, just about using that hip range of motion at your hip joint. 1 minute in. Remember on that row, you're trying to keep your hips level. Do your best not to shift from side to side. Two minutes down, 3 to go. This is the last group in the exercise in the workout today. After you push up into your glute bridge, try to keep your thigh nice and close to your chest. Minute and a half to go. Last minute and a half for the day. Last minute. Thirty seconds left to go. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. All right, we'll take just a minute to get our breath back here. Carol, I was thinking of that all practice and no games thing. The reason that that's horrible is because when you have a game coming up, that's when you know you won't get killed in practice. If you don't have games coming up, you can pretty much just get bagged in every practice. Sounds like no fun at all. All right, just catching our breath here.
Agreed. And imagine the rowing season, like all fall, just training.
Oh.
And then you go into like the winter workouts. That's just going to be a long haul.
Yeah. Coaches are going to have to get creative for sure. They'll have to, I don't know, maybe they'll get everybody sculling or something.
Yeah.
Or at least, small boat races or something fun. All right, just catching our breath here. Let's take 30 more seconds, bring the heart rate down, really consciously focusing on slowing your breathing. That last group wasn't quite as demanding as a couple of the others. So maybe your heart rate's already kind of halfway down. You can bring it all the way. Taking about 10 more seconds. All right, and that's a wrap. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me this morning. Have a fantastic day, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. If we don't see you on Saturday, have a great weekend. See you, gang.